Hey y'all, this is Emily and welcome back to Bama Based, where I find peace in my garden and joy in my kitchen. Here in North Alabama, even though it feels still like summer, I know that at any minute it's going to start cooling off and I need to get the fall garden started and in the ground. So today I'm just going to get in the garden and completely give it a reset. All the tomatoes have the blight on it, and they just look ugly. So yeah, we're gonna just give it a complete refresh and let's get the fall garden going. Y'all, also want to show you the back landscaping bed over here. Hey Harley, it's just overgrown. The whole thing is tired. It needs pruning. I started these hollyhocks from seed, and even though I was excited to see them grow to this state, they're just ugly at this point, and they have not produced any blooms. And they have this weird yellow, I don't even know what that is. Rust maybe? They're ugly. They need to come out. I think this one might be trying to flower, so I might try to prune this up and leave something. But yeah, it's just, they're not pretty at this state. So maybe I got them in the ground too late in the season, but I'm not happy with how that looks. It's just too crowded. The hubby doesn't like it either. Harley does, because he likes to hunt for critters in there. And this is a volunteer tomato plant. Y'all, once you plant a cherry tomato, you're always going to have cherry tomatoes, and they'll just pop up in random crevices in the yard. But Jason mows over this, and it's a beast. It likes to, you know, keep on going, but I don't like it here. This is a weed, and I have beautiful things in there, but they're just being choked out by everything else, and then a lot of empty spaces. So this bed also needs a complete refresh. So I want to give you a quick preview of what we're going to be working with today. I started cleaning up the greenhouse in preparation for the fall transition. So this is the starting point of the cleaning process. I have already cleaned up these few tomato plants that I'm planning on just keeping in the greenhouse. They're somewhat healthy. They're still producing a lot of fruit, and I want to see how long I can keep them productive, I guess, inside the greenhouse. Hopefully I can get some more tomatoes even after the first frost if I keep them protected in here. But some of the tomato plants are okay. And then, like, look here, some of the pepper plants, they got stunted. I started them too late, never really did anything. So I'm gonna get the wheelbarrow out and dump all the soil out of these pots, add some fertilizer, and give those a refresh. I want to see if that spider web will catch on the camera. Can y'all see that? It's pretty. But yeah, all the soil is going to be dumped in the wheelbarrow, and we'll use that to plant some of the fall stuff. But then as we go around outside of the greenhouse, that's just some of the cleanup already. As you can see, a lot of this stuff is it's sad. It's so sad. Even with tons of water and tons of fertilizer, they're done. They're saying, I'm tired, I'm done. So I'm going to continue to just clean up all the garden, save what plants I can. And then replace the summer vegetables with a winter crop. I'll probably leave this bed alone. These are the pepper plants. Even though I know that they're stunted, they're still trying to give me something. And I'm just curious to see what they'll do. So I'll give this bed some fertilizer and some water. So y'all like see this plant? That's not going to give me anything productive, but it's pretty. But yeah, so I'll feed that bed, water it, clean up back here. Looks like this tomato plant is trying to give me a second wave. So I might just move this into the greenhouse, cut off the dead part. I've already cleaned up this tomato bed. I'm gonna put potatoes and probably carrots in here. More pepper plants that never really did anything for me, but those were the extra ones. Hey Harley Davidson, how are you, old man? Hey buddy. And this is the mouse melon that dried up and didn't do anything. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is the Kajari melon. I'm still hopeful that I'll get something. And then all my mint. And then this is the big chore of the day. I'm just going to rip up a lot of these tomato plants. Maybe keep a few since they are starting to put on some healthy growth. I'll make that decision once I get in there. But I want to make room for some winter crops to go in. Alright, so let's get into it, guys. Alrighty, y'all, so now I'm just cleaning out the side part of the garden. I'm moving all the pots to the center of the yard and just making new space for everything I want to grow for the fall. A lot of the peppers are just done for the season, so I'm just moving them out. And the plan is to remove the plant itself and then empty the soil into the wheelbarrow. And of course, Harley's my little shadow. So now's the long process of removing the plant and then dumping out all the soil into the wheelbarrow. And yeah, it took me a long time today. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I'm just emptying out each pot and I'm trying to save the soil. I'm just scratching at the roots, loosening everything up. And then in a minute I will be adding some fish emulsion and just that fertilizer. And then the granulated fertilizer that I added later should be enough for the fall starts. And of course the ADD kicked in and I just had to clean up. And now I've decided to fill up the pots to begin planting the fall starts with the amended soil. Now I'm just cleaning up the side part of the garden, moving all the flower pots back to that side, and just making this part of our gardens pretty again. So all these pots will be filled with the fall starts, and I am feeling so much better with the progress that I've made. Right now I'm repotting some of the daisies. But y'all, just wanted to say thank you for joining me today as I reset the garden and prepared for the fall. This is Emily from Bama Based, where I find peace in my garden and joy in my kitchen. Bye, y'all.